Are you trying to lead your business, but you still have a follower's mindset? If you do, then that's really going to hold you back. So I want you to watch this short video to learn how you can develop the leader's mindset that's actually going to propel you towards your biggest goals. Hey, welcome back. I'm Dr. Anita, founder of TheFreedomPrescription.com, of course, where you get your dose of motivation and inspiration to create the business and life you have always wanted and really always craved, right? Don't we all? So one of the things I've noticed through the years, and I've been working with a lot of people with a whole range of clients that I've had over these years, is that, believe it or not, there seems to be some kind of, I guess, invisible barrier is the best way to describe it, that really prevents people from doing what they know they're supposed to do, right, to make the outcome that they really want. It's like there's an invisible wall there or something. Now, lots of people actually don't need me to tell them what to do. Sometimes people need to develop a specific skill, of course, or perhaps they need to work on improving things like their people skills or their interactional style, stuff like that. I obviously do give people direct advice, and I give them specific steps they can take if they need to, kind of education or more information in a particular area. But for the most part, a lot of my clients, they tell me, yeah, Anita, I know I need to make those 10 phone calls and follow up with my hottest leads. I know what to do. I just don't do it. Now, it's very easy for me to tell them and to tell you that the successful people just force themselves to do the things they don't want to do. And in true Nike form, they just do it. But that's too simplistic. Don't you kind of hate when people just say that, just force yourself to do it? So how do these people force themselves to do things that they don't really want to do? Because now you can learn how to do it too. Here's the difference. So the people who achieve the most in business, they tend to think of themselves as true leaders. And that's a big deal. It's because leaders go first. Leaders don't wait for anyone else to approve of them or to approve of what they're doing or what they plan to do. They just go first, regardless of whether people are going with them. That's a very important point. The reason this is a huge deal is because most people tend to be more like followers. There's very few natural-born leaders. There are natural-born leaders, but there's not a lot of them. You have to develop your leadership skills. And so most of us wait until other people are doing the same thing before we do it too. So it's almost like we need the security of other people doing the same thing. It makes us feel better. You probably have found this to be true. I know I have at times. Maybe it's easier for you to make follow-up phone calls or call leads or whatever when you're in a whole room full of other people who are doing it too. Or maybe it's easier for you to do all that paperwork or whatever when you have someone beside you, maybe even just sitting there doing the same thing or even doing their own paperwork, even if it's not the same as yours. This is real common. It's, we can do unpleasant things much more easily when we're doing it with someone else. Now, you've heard me talk a lot about making sure that you spend time with people who have the level of success that you want to have, not necessarily where you currently are, but where you want to be. And one of the reasons this is really critical is because you're naturally going to start doing what they're doing. So that invisible barrier seems a lot less powerful when you're with other people who are doing that same thing too. It's kind of weird how that works, but it does work just about every time. So I want you to embrace your leadership role in your life. All right? I want you to stop waiting for other people to sanction what you're doing or to kind of even go along with you or beside you. You have to go first. There's no magic in hurdling that invisible barrier, that wall that's in front of you. It's really just making a decision and stepping forward on your own. In fact, I wish I could give you some fancy words or techniques or actually magic tricks to help you do it. But it really just all comes down to doing what we tell our children to do. Not just go along with the crowd, right? Especially if the crowd is doing something that isn't in alignment with your goals. Think about that. I want you to act independently, and I want you to act like a leader. It may be unsettling and uncomfortable at first, okay? But that's also where your future lies. Now that you've made a decision to move forward, Even if people around you aren't doing it too, I want you to make another decision to share this video on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Please give me a thumbs up too while you're at it down here on this page, and I'll see you next week.